Hello everyone. Welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. General Hospital twist. Anna vanishes and Sinister twin Alex emerges as shadowy overlord? Alright, so we just saw Jack Brennan, Chris McKenna, give Jocelyn Jacks, Eden McCoy, an assignment to get closer to Lucas Jones, Ryan Carnes, and find out all she can about Marco Rios. And then she left and Vaughn got upset and told Jack that what he's assigned Jocelyn to do is way too dangerous. But he won't let up. Jack's phone rang, interrupted him and Vaughn. And then when Jack answered, it was Anna saying something has happened. The thing is, it can't be her calling Jack. This week, Anna was abducted from her car and is being held captive. I saw a lot of people on soap social media talking about how can Anna be a top spy but not notice somebody in the back of her car. Your dome light comes on, especially in the dark. I think you would notice. But it's General Hospital. So then a Danish voice, presumably Caesar Faison's, Anders Hove, or they want us to think it is, said Anna is on her way to a new life while she's screaming no. And of course, we didn't see who was talking to her. Is Anna's evil twin, Alex Merrick, the real mystery boss on GH? So, whether or not it was really Caesar Faison back from the dead remains to be seen, but what is clear is that it can't be Anna calling Jack. So it seems to me extremely likely that this is Alex Merrick, Anna's wicked twin sister, involved. If you recall way back in the beginning of the storyline, General Hospital was referring to this mystery boss as a she. It was initially a lady boss. And then they changed and started referring to the boss as he, like when Britt Westbourne, Kelly Thibault, was talking to Pascal, Mark Forget, in Croatia saying he wouldn't want me hurt. So maybe there's more to this. Maybe there are two bosses running this operation. A he and a she. Or maybe they're sloppy in the writer's room and they hadn't made up their minds what they were going to do and then they swerved and then swerved back. So, the she in this equation may be Alex. And yeah, if you recall, Anna shot her back in 2020 when they were fighting on the Haunted Star. Alex fell overboard and was presumed dead, but nobody was ever found. And we know what that means on a soap. A family affair. Are Faison, Peter, and Alex back from the dead on General Hospital? If we're keeping track of these related deaths, by the way, Faison and Nathan West, Ryan Pavey, were both supposedly killed in 2018, one after the other on January 31st. And then in this same timeline, Alex was next to die in November 2020. And then Peter August, Wes Ramsey, who is Alex and Faison's son, died in February 2022. The next year in January 2023, Britt supposedly died. And now we've got Nathan and Britt back from the dead. So who's next? Who is next to be resurrected? If you remember when Alex died, I never thought she was actually dead because she fell overboard into the cold water. And a lot of people have fallen into the waters in Port Charles and bobbed back up later. There are a lot of things pointing to Anna's twin being involved in this. First and foremost is Anna's kidnapping because Alex may be taking her place. She could also be the person who approached Britt to do the research and offered to help fake her death and help with the Huntingtons. Was Peter revived on General Hospital? But it might go even deeper. Faison may not actually be involved. This is just legacy work. It could be Alex and her twisted son she had with Faison, the villainous Peter August. If it is, the question is whether Peter is living rent-free in Nathan's head or if he was resurrected physically. Peter could easily be Alex's secret partner because the WSB took Peter's body right after Anna sat there and watched him die instead of her calling 911 to get Peter help to save him. The WSB is shady and back then Victor Cassadine, Charles Shaughnessy, and other dodgy people were running it. You know, Jack was pretty dodgy at one point with the WSB and also the private military organization, pikeman that Valentine Cassadine, James Patrick Stewart, was also involved in. So, yeah, they could have carted Peter off and revived him. And if he's the one working with his mom, Alex, that would explain the confusing shift between he and she when referencing the boss. Plus, I do think Anna's awful twin would use Faison as a threat, even if he is really dead. Realistically, there's a chance he's alive. I mean, Anna was worried about it despite his brain supposedly being in a jar on Kevin Collins, John Lindstrom, desk. With Britt and Nathan both just back from the dead, of course, it's plausible that Faison, Alex, and Peter have all also been resurrected or some combination of those three. If so, that would be the whole family back from the dead. And that's absolutely terrifying to consider. Twisted memories on GH. Could Dr. Cabot's experiments be the key? I also wonder if there's a chance that Dr. Cabot might be involved. Do you remember him?
Maybe he's the C from the note.
He was the twisted doctor who experimented on twins and did memory transfer stuff. Anna and Alex were two of his subjects. That's why Anna thought she had given birth to Peter, because Alex's night with Phazon memories and the giving birth to Peter memories had been implanted in Anna's head. Kevin and Ryan Chamberlain, John Lindstrom, were also two of Cabot's subjects. And the twisted doc also did the memory transfer, putting Drew Kane Quartermain, Cameron Matheson's memories into Franco, Roger Howarth's head, but he was busted for doing that. And Cabot was arrested and sent to Steinmauer, which of course Valentine has been there. We've had a lot of these people in play that have all been at Steinmauer. So maybe Alex and Peter used Cabot to implant Phazon's or Peter's memories into Nathan's head, and that body that's running around may have more than one person inside of it. Cabot proved with the Franco and Drew memory transfer that he could do the memory thing even when it's not with twins. His research started with twins, but it didn't stop there. Connecting the dots on General Hospital, Valentine's return and the Windmere lab clues? So now we've got Nathan back who seems on and off like himself. Britt seems to know why. She seems wary of Nathan. She is not spending time with her long-lost brother like you would think a sister would who was thrilled that their brother had been resurrected because Britt did love Nathan. So, how she's reacting now is very strange. And all of a sudden, we've got Valentine back on the canvas, about to be rocked to its core again. And this time, the shockwave begins with the disappearance of one of its most legendary heroines.
Rumors are swirling that Anna Devane, Finola Hughes, may soon vanish under mysterious circumstances, only for her dark twin, Alex Marek, to resurface with a vengeance.
But this time, Alex isn't just returning for chaos. She's allegedly pulling the strings as a shadowy overlord, quietly orchestrating a web of manipulation, betrayal, and shocking power plays across the city. Anna's sudden disappearance. Anna has been spiraling for months. The once formidable WSB agent has been plagued by paranoia, guilt, and confusion, haunted by her past sins and recent failures. Her trust in everyone has crumbled. From Valentine's secretive behavior to Dante's icy distance and Jordan's guarded concern, Anna has been increasingly isolated. Then, suddenly, she vanishes. Her townhouse door is left ajar. Her gun, missing from its holster. Her phone, smashed on the floor. And on the coffee table, a single black rose, chillingly symbolic of her alter ego's mark. Valentine Cassadine, James Patrick Stewart, is the first to notice she's gone. When he discovers her empty home, the panic is palpable. He insists something's wrong, but the PCPD, weary of Anna's WSB entanglements, suspects she's simply gone rogue again. Only Jason Morgan, Steve Burton, believes otherwise. He's seen too much to dismiss the warning signs. Jason starts connecting dots, encrypted messages, missing files from the WSB's European branch, and whispers of a Spectre leading an underground network. And that's when it hits him. Spectre might not be a code name. It might be Alex Marek. Alex's return, reimagined and ruthless. When viewers last saw Alex, she was presumed dead after being shot by Anna years ago. But on soaps, dead rarely means gone forever, and in Alex's case, survival is almost guaranteed. This time though, she's not returning as a fugitive or imposter. She's the mastermind behind a global syndicate of spies, mercenaries, and data thieves. She's risen from the ashes with a new identity, one built on Anna's former power. And in a shocking twist, it's revealed Alex has spent the past 2 years infiltrating intelligence circles under Anna's name, manipulating both allies and enemies alike. Her goal? Absolute control over Port Charles's underworld, and revenge against the people who destroyed her life, including Anna's loved ones. But Alex's methods are far more sinister than before. She's no longer interested in quick kills or one-off cons. This version of Alex operates with surgical precision. She's a puppet master working behind the scenes, targeting Valentine, Sunny, Jason, and even Robert Scorpio, all while leaving the city guessing whether Anna has turned dark or been replaced. The doppelganger deception. The real terror begins when people start seeing Anna around town again. Or so they think. Dante spots her near the docks late one night, speaking with a known arms dealer. Jason swears he catches her tailing him in the hospital parking lot. Even Sunny, Maurice Bernard, gets an anonymous video message featuring Anna warning him to choose the winning side. But when Robert confronts her at the Metro Court, the woman smirks and delivers a line no one will forget. You always did prefer Anna. Pity she isn't here to defend herself. That's when it hits everyone. This is Alex. Now operating openly in Port Charles under her sister's name, Alex begins infiltrating every circle. She manipulates Jordan into reinstating her official status, seduces a powerful investor with mob ties, and even blackmails Valentine into working for her, using information that could destroy his empire and his fragile relationship with Charlotte. Meanwhile, the real Anna is being held in an undisclosed location, trapped in a psychological maze designed to break her mind and rewrite her memories. Her captor? None other than her own twin. Valentine's breaking point. Valentine's connection to Anna has always been complicated. Love, betrayal, redemption, repeat. But when he realizes he's been dealing with Alex, not Anna, his world implodes. Alex dangles Charlotte's safety like a weapon. One wrong move, she purrs, and your little girl becomes collateral damage. Torn between protecting his daughter and saving the woman he loves, Valentine reluctantly becomes Alex's pawn, delivering intel, money, and access to Sonny's network. However, Valentine's guilt eats away at him. He knows Anna would never give up on him, and he begins plotting a double cross, quietly recruiting Robert, Jason, and Dante in a desperate rescue mission.